YouTube. Back on another basketball reaction video. We are reacting to ranking every starting point guard from all 30 NBA teams. Now, this is from Hoop Reference. He has a series going on, so we're gonna react to every single one. It's gonna be 5 videos. This is the first video. I don't think he dropped the center list yet. He might drop it later today or tomorrow. But we're gonna react to every single one. And we're gonna drop it on the channel. Do I have anything to say? No, we don't have anything to say. Let's get into this video, y'all. Hope y'all like the video. Let's go.
With the major events of this offseason having mostly already concluded,
Yeah, this offseason been crazy, son.
Our teams have a pretty good picture of what they're going into next season with. After the draft, free agent.
If I had to guess the top 5 point guards right now, I would say Shea, Curry, Luka, Brunson, and Cade Cunningham.
Agency and trade season, teams have a lot of new lineups around the league, and how they stack up with each other position by position look pretty different compared to last year. This brings us to today's video, and honestly my next 4 videos, where we will be going position by position, ranking the starting player at each spot from all 30 NBA teams. Today we'll be starting with the point guards, which is arguably the most star-studded and talent-rich position in the entire NBA right now. The rankings will also be based on how good they were last year, along with a bit of projection for how I foresee them turning out this upcoming year. Now with that being said, let's dive in. Starting at the bottom of the order and working our way up to the number 1 spot. Coming in at number 30, we have Michael Brown Jr. of the Brooklyn Nets. It's not that I'm just automatically going to be putting all the rookies at the bottom of these lists moving forward, but on the point guard list specifically, there is simply too much proven talent to place Brown above any of them, when he will likely come in and experience a lot of the typical growing pains that all rookie guards go through. His upside is clearly there for the future, but in year 1, it's going to be a work in progress for him. Next to number 29, we have Darius Acuff of the Sacramento Kings. Again, I think Acuff does have real star upside as a prospect, but the same thing that I said.
I'm not gonna lie, Darius was going crazy in the freaking summer league. Like I think he was the one that was dropping 30 every single game.
Brown applies here as well, as Acuff is also a rookie. Darius Acuff is more than likely going to struggle a ton on defense, and while he's going to flash a ton of upside as a scorer and playmaker, it wouldn't surprise me to see his efficiency leave a bit to be desired in year 1 as he gets acclimated to this level of competition. Next to number 28, we have Davion Mitchell of
I think this is too low.
The Miami Heat. Mitchell had new life breathed into his career after being...
Bro, I love Davion Mitchell, bro. He's like a Drew Holiday hybrid, bro.
Traded from Sacramento to Miami, and now all of a sudden he is the lead ball handler on a team hoping to get back in the mix at the top of the Eastern Conference after they traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mitchell is a hounding perimeter defender who can absolutely pest...
You know what's crazy, y'all? I don't know. This might be like, this is very news, like breaking news. Bro, Miami just got Klay Thompson. So, that's crazy, man.
Ball handlers, and that alone makes him a pretty useful weapon on a winning team. The biggest areas of improvement that he has seen in his career are as a playmaker, as he just dished out about 6.5 assists per game last season, and as a shooter, where he knocked down 40%.
I think he could become like a greater role
of his threes. He's not a high usage guy, and he's not going to be a volume scorer.
That's not bad stats. 6.5 assist is great, to be honest. 39% from 3, 49% field goal. That's not bad at all. 9 points.
Or as he averaged just 9 points.
He has Giannis and Bam on his team.
He's a very solid player nonetheless.
Yeah.
Next to number 27, we have DeJounte Murray.
I got Davion over DeJounte Murray, bro. No bullshit. In this day and age, I got Davion over DeJounte Murray.
Murray of the New Orleans Pelicans. Murray was once an all-star, but that year is long in the past now. Ever since his arrival in New Orleans, his career has been tanking further and further. He looks like a complete shell of his former self on both ends of the floor, and injuries have seriously derailed his career to the point where he's only been able to play in 45 total games over the last 2 seasons. This upcoming year is a big one for him, but he's going to need to prove himself again to earn a better ranking than this. Next, at number 26, we have Ty Jerome of the Memphis Grizzlies. Jerome was a finalist for the 6th Man of the Year race back in 2025, but last season, after moving to the Grizzlies, he missed most of the season due to injury. He played in just 15 games last year, but admittedly, he did play some of the best basketball of his career in those games, averaging about 9.
That was his stats. That's some great stats.
Points and 6 assists per game, shooting the ball incredibly efficiently.
Damn near 20
15 games is just not a big enough sample size to put serious weight into it when he's otherwise just been a bench player throughout his career. So this season, he'll be the full-time starter for the first time without Ja Morant on the team anymore, and that is where he'll get the opportunity to potentially shoot up the list if he can keep it up. Next, at number 25, we have Kobe White of the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets traded away LaMelo Ball, and now will be entrusting Kobe White to fill his shoes.
Damn, is the point guard position really that stacked? I thought he was just saying that for the video.
White is a very different type of point guard, where throughout his career, he's proven to be a bit of a spark plug scoring type of guard who just doesn't have the consistency to take a leap. Efficiency-wise, he's very middle of the pack, and with averages of about 17 points and 4 assists per game, he's not someone with the playmaking feel that this team has been used to. It's not bad stats. Next, at number 24, we have Fred VanVleet.
Damn, I forgot about Fred VanVleet. Wasn't he injured for like the second half of the season?
Houston Rockets. VanVleet is a tough one to rank because he just missed the entire season last year.
Oh, he missed the entire season. I thought he was here for like some of the season. Like the first half.
Due to injury, so we don't really know how he's going to look post-injury yet. Even before he suffered that injury, his production was beginning to fade a little bit, and while he is a player with championship pedigree and will be instrumental as a part of the Rockets this season, I can't justify ranking him any higher with the amount of stiff competition at this position. Next, at number 23, we have Ryan Rollins.
Ryan Rollins. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Y'all gonna see a post. I just posted who's the most underrated player in the NBA. I think Ryan Rollins is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I fuck with Ryan Rollins.
Of the Milwaukee Bucks. Rollins is easily one of the most underrated point guards in the whole NBA right now, and if he keeps up the level of play that he was performing at last
he could be a top 15 guard in the NBA very, very soon.
Season, he will find himself even higher on this list in the next rendition. Rollins just averaged about 17 points and 6 assists per game, shooting the ball.
He was the number 2 when Giannis was gone. He was the number 2 he was literally the number 1 option. Number 1 option when Giannis is gone.
Very efficiently making 47% of his shots and 40% of his threes. He is a fluid creator on the ball who stays under control and gets to his spots and has the production to stack up with the legit starting point guards around the league. He just doesn't have the sample size that others ahead of him have right now. Next, at number 22, we have Immanuel Quickley of the Toronto Raptors. Okay. Quickley is another point guard in this tier of guys that can be electrifying spark plugs that have big-time performances throughout their careers, but they're just not consistent enough to land amongst the best.
Quickley's not consistent.
Quickley averaged about 16 points and 6 assists per game last year on a playoff team, with mediocre efficiency splits, but unfortunately, as has been a theme throughout his career, he missed their playoff series because he was injured, and reliability is important. Next, at number 21, we have Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic. Suggs.
I got Ryan Rollins over Jalen Suggs, and I got damn. I got Ryan Rollins over Jalen Suggs, and I got Davion Mitchell.
Offensive production slightly lags behind some of the guys he's ranked ahead of today, but he is a far superior perimeter defender than all of them, except for maybe Davion Mitchell, who is on the same level. Suggs brings leadership.
Davion Mitchell's on a different level than him.
And outstanding defensive work rate to a lineup of a perennial playoff team.
Maybe I'm glazing Davion Mitchell a little too much, but I think Davion Mitchell is nice. Like, I think he's great. I just think he gets a bigger role.
He just doesn't have the creativity or shot creation skills, and he's too prone to cold shooting nights to be anything more than an average starting point guard. Next at number 20, we have Ja Morant of the Portland
Ja
Trailblazers.
Morant, number 20? Damn. Damn. Ja Morant, number 20? Damn. Ja was literally a top 5 point guard a few years ago. I think he's gonna come back and become a top 10 point guard, but we gonna see who's above Ja.
Ja Morant used to be a player that you would pencil into one of the top spots on this list, but his downfall has been sad to see. He was once an electrifying athletic lead guard that would terrorize teams in the open floor.
I don't know. I don't see who's the 19 point guards over Ja Morant. I think he's top 10.
Or high above the rim for insane highlight dunks and crazy finishes, but injuries have really done a number on his athleticism, and it's affected his overall production on both ends of the floor. He's coming off of the worst season of his career, and injuries once again ended his season. So now he heads to Portland, hoping for a fresh start on a new team to revive him. Next at number 19, we have...
Fuck no. No. I got Ja Morant over CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum will literally have a random ass 50 ball game and then drop 0 points the next game. No, bro. And I love CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum, I think he's like, when he was on the Trailblazers with Dame, tough. But I don't think he's above Ja.
CJ McCollum of the Atlanta Hawks. McCollum was brought to Atlanta last season in a trade, and he showed up and
I don't even know if he's gonna stay in Atlanta. They might trade him
in the tank after a few seasons where it was beginning to maybe look like he was starting to be washed up. McCollum is just a professional bucket getter at the end of the day, and he's been one his whole career, so even though other parts of his game are starting to regress, he is still putting up about 19 points per game, shooting relatively efficiently, and can create something from nothing when all else fails. He's just a bucket getter, though. Next at number 18, we have Josh Giddey of the Chicago Bulls. Giddey being traded to...
Damn, I think Giddey I'm not gonna lie, Giddey's another underrated guard. This dude had a time period when he was dropping triple doubles for like a few weeks. I think he's top 15.
Chicago has been the best thing possible for his career, and here he has flourished as the big playmaking guard that he was meant to be when he was drafted. Giddey's become nearly a walking triple-double, averaging about 17 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds per game.
He's going to be an all-star very, very soon.
Finding ways to effectively lead a winner and not being able to just pad your numbers on a tanking team will be what could shoot him up even further on this list, but otherwise, he is very much back on the rise. Next, at number 17, we have Keontae George of the Utah Jazz. Okay. George just had a big-time breakout season last year, and he's earned this ranking as the best of the group that aren't quite in the All-Star conversation yet, but could be with time. He averaged about 23 points and 6 assists per game last year, which is better than a lot of...
He was averaging 23 points. Damn, I didn't know he was averaging 24 points per game. God damn, okay, Keontae.
That are going to be ranked ahead of him.
I didn't know he averaged 24 points.
Numbers alone are not what make for a ranking. Accumulating big stats on a bad tanking team without competing for anything meaningful will never mean as much as going and doing so for a playoff team trying to make a run when it matters. George is still a poor defender, and we need to see how he looks in this new-look Jazz team that could break out in this upcoming year before we rank him any higher. Next, at number 16, we have De'Aaron Fox of the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, De'Aaron got to be lower from the way he was playing in the finals. I'm not even gonna lie. And I used to be a big ass De'Aaron Fox fan. I still am a little bit. I don't think De'Aaron is as bad as people think he is, but he just got to redeem himself after that finals appearance on the Spurs.
Fox is one of the very few people in this game that can somehow tank their reputation after being a part of a trip to the NBA Finals, but his showing in both the conference finals and the NBA Finals were so poor that even though he was named an All-Star last season, I just simply do not believe
he was an All-Star
in the top half of this list. Fox's struggles actively sabotaged the Spurs in countless games of those series. He made untimely blunders that led to blown leads, and he no longer has the elite production to help us look past those things. Next, at number 15, we have Derek White of the Boston Celtics. Okay. Derek White might be the most difficult player to rank on this entire list because his individual production doesn't really stack up with anyone else in this range, and he just shot the ball pretty poorly.
Yeah, bro. Individual stats, you don't think Derek White is a great player, but He's a great team player. He's one of the best teammates to have on a team
overall
because he
last
can do
season after
everything.
being thrust into a bigger role, but at the same time, his impact metrics show that he is one of the most impactful players at the position in the whole league, and the eye test does back up the fact that he makes the team better in ways that do go beyond the box score. He's the ultimate Swiss Army knife at the position, playing elite defense, orchestrating the offense as a playmaker, rebounding well for the position, and making every hustle play when it's needed. The Celtics have been one of the best teams in the NBA for years, and
I'm pretty sure he was almost a all-star.
part of a lot of that success, so he gets a boost on this list because of that. Next, at number 14, we have Darius Garland of the Los
I
Angeles
don't know. I think Darius Garland should be lower. I don't think he's top 15.
Clippers. Garland had previously been commandeering the Cavaliers, and when he's healthy and at his best, he has been an incredibly crafty and quick playmaker who can be dangerous as a 3-level scorer and a natural assist man running a flawless pick and roll. He's a 2-time All-Star in his career, but the one drawback has been that he can be notorious for struggling mightily in the playoffs when it matters. Now that he is on the Clippers, he's leading the offense for what seems to be a youth movement that they are undergoing. Next, at number 13, we have Trae Young of the Washington Wizards. Trae Young's reputation league-wide has soured in a similar way to Ja Morant, who we discussed earlier, but unlike Morant, whose play has been regressing for a few years now, Trae Young just had one injury-riddled year where his production dipped, while otherwise producing at a pretty elite rate prior to that. I'm not going to overreact to 1 year last season as much as everybody else seems to have, and when he gets back onto the court next year and is averaging about 25 points and 11 assists per game like he always has, he'll remind everybody that he is still one of the best playmakers in the NBA. He is, of course, also one of the worst defenders in the league, which is why he still doesn't crack the top 10 for me, but I feel like this is more than fair. Next, at number 12, we have LaMelo Ball of the
I got LaMelo top 10. Got LaMelo top. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Minnesota's gonna be a great team to watch. They're gonna be a fun team to watch. I wish they kept Nas Reed and had that big three with Ant-Man, LaMelo, and Nas Reed, bro. That would have been special.
Minnesota Timberwolves. We're about to see what LaMelo Ball looks like on a team with real playoff expectations for the first time in his career. LaMelo's game is, for lack of a better word, chaotic, but that chaos can be honed for good. He is a threat to shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor, which really does generate a lot of space for his teammates, even without him being directly involved. He's one of the best pure passers in the game right now, too, and should be an assist machine playing next to Anthony Edwards, and that playmaking is what the Timberwolves were missing the most over the last few years. He's going to have to cut down on the turnovers, and the wild shot selection won't fly as often on a team trying to win a title, but this new start for him is going to be incredibly entertaining to watch. Next, at number 11, we have Kyrie Irving. Irving is returning to the court this season after missing all of last year, recovering from a torn ACL, and while there is obviously some cause for caution regarding how good we should expect him to be after that, I'm pretty optimistic that he can still play the game at a high level for a few more years. The last time we saw him on the court, he was averaging about 25 points and 5 assists per game, shooting 47% from the field and 40% from 3. And while I don't necessarily think he'll fully return to that kind of production, it wouldn't shock me if he comes pretty close. Now to start off the top 10, we have Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets. Murray used to be known as one of the best point guards that was never named an All-Star until he finally broke that barrier last season, being named one for the first time in his career. He had what was easily the best season of his career, averaging 25 points and 7 assists per game, shooting the ball insanely efficiently, helping the Nuggets finish as a top 3 seed in the West. With all of the movement in the conference around him, he's going to need to keep that up for Denver to keep up, but he's definitely capable of it as being one of the best number 2 options in the NBA right now, playing next to Nikola Jokic. Next, at number 9, we have Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers. Halliburton is yet another big-name point guard returning to the court next year after missing all of last season injured from when he tore his Achilles in the NBA Finals. So we really have no idea how he's going to look post-injury, but after that run that he led the Pacers to in 2025, he has earned the benefit of the doubt. On his day, Halliburton is the purest of pure point guards, with an assist title on his resume, an NBA Finals appearance, and he is someone who, in the playoffs, on countless occasions, has stepped up in crunch time and has hit big-time clutch shots to win games. He's a big-time player. Let's just hope he can return to form. Next at number 8, we have James Harden of the Cleveland Cavaliers. At the time that
I don't know if James Harden's top 10 for me.
I'm making this video, Harden technically hasn't re-signed with the team yet in free agency, but all signs point to him and the team getting a deal done to bring him back. James Harden may be getting up there in age, but he's showing he can still be the engine that makes an offense run as one of the best playmakers in the game. He and the Cavs made it to the conference finals before running into the buzzsaw that was the Knicks, and even with his weaknesses, he's outperforming what anybody expected from him at this point in his career. Next at number 7, we have Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. Booker is more of a natural two-guard, but in a lineup where he and Jalen Green will be sharing the same backcourt, Booker takes command as the primary ball handler. He helped the Suns stay afloat in the West and make the playoffs last year after the whole basketball world pretty much counted them out, and Booker averaged a solid 26 points and 6 assists per game.
Booker's just doing it to himself, bro. He's not going to win with the Suns. He's not. He's not going to win with the Suns. The one time he almost won with Chris Paul is the only time he's going to win. So unless he just wants to sit there and lose, I mean, they got the 8th seed, but what did they do with the 8th seed? Booker just has to move on.
As their go-to option. He didn't shoot the ball as well from 3 as we know he's capable of, but either way, he has been one of the best combo guards in the NBA for years, and that remains the case today. Next at number 6, we have Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey is becoming one of the most dangerous scoring threats in the whole league, and is an absolute workhorse out on the floor who just led the NBA in minutes played. He averaged about 28 points and 6 assists per game, while also being amongst the leaders in steals. He's an absolute blur in the open floor as one of the fastest players in the league, and for how good he is as a creator on the ball, he's also great operating off the ball, shooting off the catch, so now playing off of LeBron James, his life is only going to get easier. Next at number 5, we have Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. There was once a time where Steph Curry was a lock for the number 1 spot on this list, but those days are in the past. He is of course still an elite player even at his age, but after a season where he failed to lead the Warriors to the playoffs, that dominance is slightly dwindling.
I can see why he's top 5.
Of course, he is still the best shooter the game has ever seen, but there is a new generation of...
So I'm guessing they're going to either put... who haven't they named? I said Shea is gonna be number 1. Probably Luka, Brunson, and who else did I say? I said somebody else.
Superstars currently outperforming him.
I said somebody
next
else.
At number...
Yeah, Cade. I said Cade. So he probably gonna put Brunson next, then Luka, and then Shea.
Number 4, we have Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons. Cade cemented himself...
Or they might fuck around put Jalen Brunson ahead of Luka.
...as a superstar in the league last year as he led the Pistons to the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, with averages of about 24 points, 10 assists, and 5.5 rebounds per game. He is a walking double-double who is also a pretty strong rebounder for the point guard position. Cade is a more than capable, one-man hub of offensive creation, and can carry this group when necessary, but just because he can, doesn't mean he should. The Pistons really need to get him more help because in the playoffs, once again, we saw their demise come as a result of there just not being enough firepower around him to keep up with the top-tier contenders. Next at number 3, we have Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks.
So they're going to put Brunson, Luka, and then Shea.
Brunson is on top of the world right now, breaking barriers, proving everyone who doubted him wrong. They said small guards couldn't lead a team to a championship if his name wasn't Steph Curry, and Brunson did it anyway. Brunson is a big-time clutch shot maker who works as hard as anybody, has arguably the best footwork of anyone at the point guard position, and now he has an NBA championship on his resume to cement himself as one of the very best. Next at number 2, we have Luka Doncic of the Los Angeles Lakers. The top 2 guys are in a tier of their own as MVP caliber superstars with production very few are even capable of matching. Luka is probably the best NBA player that currently has not won the MVP award, but now that LeBron James is gone and Luka is fully in command, this could be the year that changes. Luka has 2 scoring titles on his resume, he's nearly a walking triple-double, and he just makes generating offense way easier than it should. Last year, he led the league in scoring, averaging 33.5 points per game.
Oh my gosh.
While also putting up 8 assists and 8 rebounds per game. And it somehow felt like it wasn't even his best work yet. He needs to do a better job staying in shape in general. But overall, he's clearly one of the best players in the whole league, and will be for years to come. And finally, coming in at number 1 as the best
SGA.
point guard in the NBA right now, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shai has now won the MVP award in back-to-back seasons, and he's also led his Thunder squad to being the top seed in the Western Conference in 3 straight years. He is an NBA champion, a Finals MVP, and he also has a scoring title on his resume. His numbers might not be as gaudy as Luka Doncic's, but his impact on both offense and defense outweigh it.
Yeah, because he's on a better team. There's no way he's gonna have.
And he
still scores 20 point. He's a guaranteed 20-point scorer every night.
the catalyst of far more team success to cement himself in this top spot. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today.
Hey, W video. We got 4 more other videos to react to. The shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and the center. They're on the other side of the screen. Come back for more, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.